I'm on the scene right now of a partial building collapse in Miami. This is Surfside, a small town just about 15 or 20 minutes away from the parts of South Beach you're likely familiar with. That's the building right there. As you can actually see, firefighters and technical rescue teams going balcony to balcony at this moment and looking for people. Now, from this side, from this vantage point, the building looks okay. It's actually the northeast quadrant, all the way facing the ocean on the other side, that is, in the words of one resident here, pancaked and collapsed. I was able to get a peek around the other side of the building. All you see is rubble sticking out of rooms. That's likely where many of the efforts are going on right now, where we can't see, but there are drones on top of the building right now trying to provide firefighters and rescue teams with an aerial view. It's important to note that this building was built in 1981. We're just over 40 years since its inception, which is significant because there are inspection requirements in this area after 40 years. And I'm told from residents that right now they were in the process of going through at least the roof to inspect the building for its structural integrity when this happened. But it is clearly a very dire situation, an active search and rescue going on at this moment. In Miami, Sam Brock.
So Miami-Dade Fire Rescue at approximately 1:30 this morning responded to a reported building collapse. To summarize, we had a 12-story, 136 unit apartment complex that had sustained a partial collapse. The northeast corridor of the apartment had collapsed, approximately 55 apartment units. Our units began search and rescue efforts. They pulled 35 occupants that were trapped inside the building. In addition to those 35, 10 were assessed and treated. 2 were transported to various hospitals. Search and rescue efforts are still ongoing. We do have operations conducting inside based on additional intel that we're receiving from resources inside.
The Champlain Tower, Tower South, is a 12-story building. It's more than 130 units, and about half of those have collapsed. A massive search and rescue is underway, and we know that we're going to do everything we can possibly do to identify and rescue those who have been trapped in the rubble. Chaplains and victim advocates are on site ready to support the survivors and family members who will be in need of resources. Our social service agencies as well are coming in. They are going to be here to assist in the hours and the days ahead. I'm thinking of all of our first responders. I know you are as well, and praying for their safety as they go about their difficult work of saving lives.
To her question, we're 35 people. How many of them were pulled from the undamaged part of the building versus the damaged part? And how many people, and how many were pulled from the part that collapsed?
All right, so part 1, 35 were pulled out from the structure and part of the collapse, but not from the rubble, and 2 were pulled from the rubble.
Do you have a list of people who are listed as disappeared?
That information, I'll defer that to Miami-Dade Police Department.
How many people are still missing?
Renovations, as we understand, can you elaborate as to what was going on?
I don't have that information. I'll defer that.
Listening to people stuck in the rubble?
Currently, search and rescue operations are continuing based on the intel that we have.
Do you expect the
How
death?
many people are still missing?
Down there and cameras.
In regards to the number of people missing, we don't have the total missing. We haven't established that. Again, we ask that you continue to contact that reunification number that's been given out until we go from there.
Are you bracing for the death toll to go substantially higher?
At this time, we're still conducting search and rescue operations, so we really don't have that type of information.
Speak to the difficulty.